Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you love learning about brands that change the world, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about Starbucks, how it became more than just coffee and turned into a global culture. Let's jump right in. Seattle, a city known for rain, grunge, and coffee. But not just any coffee. We're talking about Starbucks, the coffee monolith that achieved what every entrepreneur dreams of, establishing an entirely new culture and becoming the undisputed leader in their industry, not just in their home country, but worldwide. How did they do it? Let's break down the numbers that tell a powerful story. 40% share of the U.S. coffee market, $36.18 billion in worldwide earnings, over 40,199 stores in 72 countries. That's right, more than 16,400 in the US alone. Over 90 million transactions every week. In China, a new Starbucks opens every 15 hours. And get this, they're second only to McDonald's as the most valuable fast food brand globally, valued at an astonishing $98.41 billion. Achieving what Starbucks has done since its humble beginnings in 1971 is incredibly hard. They weren't just a coffee company, they were the first to introduce a new coffee culture. They were even the first privately owned company to offer all their employees health insurance and a share of the company. At the heart of this empire is Howard Schultz, a man who, at one point, even considered running for president. He managed the near impossible, appealing to shareholders, employees, and customers, all at the same time. This is our deep dive into how Starbucks achieved world domination, a masterclass in bringing an old product to a new market. Before the 1980s, American coffee culture was, well, non-existent. Most homes had huge cans of ground coffee, and flavor was an afterthought. Step outside, and you'd find generic drip coffee in diners, or foul-tasting Joe in styrofoam cups at work. No one considered the origin, the flavor, or anything beyond basic caffeine. Enter 1970. Three college friends, Gordon Bowker, Jerry Baldwin, and Zev Siegel, ventured into the coffee business. Their mentor? Alfred Peet, the owner of Peet's Coffee, one of the most knowledgeable coffee experts in the country. He taught them sourcing and roasting and was the first to introduce dark and French roasted beans. In 1971, these friends opened their roastery and bean shop in Pike Place, Seattle's famous tourist spot. Peet even supplied them with beans and connected them with reliable providers. The name Starbucks stuck. Easy to say, impossible to misspell, vaguely British. Legend has it, they needed a name quickly for legal papers. It turns out, Starbuck is the first mate on the Pequod in Moby Dick, which might explain the iconic siren logo. Though originally, they considered Cargo House coffee. Can you imagine? The business was successful enough for 4 more shops to open in Seattle. But remember, this was still a roasted bean retail shop, strictly for home use. Their competition? Instant coffee cans. The quality difference was stark, so business was good. But everything was about to change when they hired their head of marketing and sales in 1982, Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz's story is one of profound grit. Raised in poverty, he saw his father suffer an injury doing grueling manual labor. That moment sparked a deep-seated desire to eradicate the injustice faced by the working class. He vowed to create a company his father had never worked for, an environment where employees were fairly compensated and cared for. After stints at Xerox and Hammerplast, where he sold coffee grinders, Schultz joined Starbucks. Then came 1983 and a trip to Milan, Italy. This was his epiphany. In Italy, coffee was more than a drink. It was a social lubricant, the third place, between home and work. Schultz witnessed the ritual of high-quality espresso served in a relaxed, inviting environment. He was determined to bring this culture back to the U.S. The original founders were hesitant, but after continuous pressure, They allowed him to open a coffee bar inside a store. It was incredibly popular. Yet, the founders didn't want to pivot from a bean retailer to a cafe. Schultz recounts, "I was crushed, but my belief was so powerful that in April 1986, I left Starbucks and raised money from local investors to found my own retail coffee company. I named it Il Giornale after Milan's daily newspaper." In 1985, Il Giornale opened. But Schultz wasn't done. He went back to the Starbucks owners and, with the help of venture capital, acquired all 6 operational stores for $3.6 million, becoming the CEO. This was the moment hypergrowth began. Key takeaway number 1: change is good. Schultz's determination and unrelenting belief in transforming the status quo weren't just helpful attributes, they were prerequisites for cultural change. Staying true to that singular vision, without flinching, was the engine of revolution. Whenever something works on an incredible scale in one market, there's potential for it to succeed in a new one. This is what we call introducing an old product to a new market. Think about it. Uber and Lyft built massive ride-sharing businesses, but they can't be everywhere at once. That creates opportunities for copycats in different markets: Careem in the UAE, Cameo in Croatia, S-Ride in India. When something experiences great success, it's only a matter of time before someone sees that potential and brings it to a new market, eager to capture market share. Coffee was a huge opportunity in the United States. Howard Schultz had witnessed its effectiveness and importance in Italy, and he knew he could replicate that success in America. To innovate for a new market, you need to take the entire concept and localize it. This go-to-market product strategy was formalized in 1957 by Igor Ansoff in what's known as the Ansoff Matrix. He posited there are only 2 ways to develop a growth strategy: varying what is sold, product growth, and to whom it's sold, market growth. This was Starbucks' core strategy, bringing an established coffee culture from Europe to the coffee-deprived US. Schultz observed how Italians interacted with coffee and figured out how to bring it home with minor adaptations. Americans might not slurp macchiatos from tiny cups, but they understood comfort and better quality. That was Starbucks' trump card. Market penetration. Old market, old product. Low risk, but growth is limited by competition. Diversification. New market, new product. The riskiest approach, but also has the potential for amazing blue ocean success, often seen with startups. Product development. Old market, new product. Common for established brands introducing new innovations to their existing customer base. Key takeaway 2. Do your market research. When entering a new market, learn everything you can about the product where it's most established. Identify the core benefits and significant values that will resonate and succeed in your new target market. Howard Schultz had a near-utopian vision to equally serve customers and employees. This is almost impossible when investors demand profits, often leading to lean, low-wage staff and higher-priced products. But Schultz was different. His partners, as he calls them, are paid a fair wage, reportedly $10.15 per hour, receive healthcare insurance, and discounted stock options. He even went further, offering full tuition coverage through Arizona State University's online degree program. This idea must have seemed outrageous to shareholders. Everyone gets a piece of the company's pie? Jim Collins, author of Built to Last, once quoted his mentor, Peter Drucker, "Management isn't about being more efficient all the time, but it's also being more humane at the same time." This commitment to workplace quality was a core value implemented by Schultz. It's like Jordan Peterson's theory of order and chaos, one side representing ruthless cost-cutting for profit, the other, the conscience of doing right by your people, which, especially in customer-facing businesses, is a proven necessity for satisfaction and peace in the workplace. Key takeaway 3. Happy employees. Make happy clients. Treat your people well. In the service industry, customer satisfaction and treatment are often more important than the product itself. And happy employees genuinely make happy clients. For coffee drinkers, a good cup is paramount. By today's standards, Starbucks drinks might not be considered artisan, but in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, their espressos and lattes were vastly superior to what people were used to. Starbucks primarily uses dark roast, which is the most consumed coffee in North America. Why dark roast for such a large chain? Two main reasons. First, it's cheaper to produce in mass quantities. High-quality light roast beans require specific, often smaller-scale growing conditions. Secondly, dark roast ensures uniformity. The strong flavors cover up bean variations, guaranteeing the same taste across thousands of cafes, like over-seasoning a dish to ensure consistency. But it wasn't just the coffee. The branding was crucial. Drinking Starbucks meant you were sophisticated, culturally progressive, embracing the premium coffee experience from fashionable Milan streets. Those slim, elegant takeaway cups, proudly sporting the green siren logo, were a statement. They were distinct from office styrofoam or fast food cups. Think of Apple's iPod with its iconic white earbuds. They weren't just a gadget, they were a status symbol. They instantly differentiated users and became a powerful, silent word-of-mouth marketing tool. Starbucks did the same for coffee. Later, Starbucks adapted with a horizontal offer. It wasn't just dark roast and espresso. Young students craved sweet mochas, a perfect blend of coffee and rich chocolate. Why not combine them? Then came teas and snacks, which now bring in over 20% of their revenue. From croissants to cinnamon rolls, they've mastered the art of tempting you at the counter. With recent health trends, they've even diversified into gluten-free and protein-rich snacks, always adapting to the market. While some coffee connoisseurs might label Starbucks as a commodity coffee provider, they must thank the mighty green siren for creating the demand that allowed their niche of micro-roasters and artisan baristas to thrive. Let's talk price. Coffee shops typically enjoy hefty margins, often 80% markup. The actual coffee in a grande Starbucks cappuccino? About 31 cents, while their drinks, ranging from $2.15 to nearly $6 for a frappuccino, are on the more expensive side. Considering location and employee costs, the actual margin per cup sold is about 7%. Starbucks has consistently raised prices over the years. But instead of losing price-sensitive customers, they differentiate themselves from competitors like McDonald's and Dunkin', maintaining their premium image. Interestingly, they don't always raise prices on their high-margin items, strategically balancing perceived value. Product differentiation extends to merchandise. Holiday-themed mugs and localized artwork are massive exposure points. The revenue isn't just from beverages. Non-caffeinated drinks, kids' drinks, teas, thanks to acquisitions of Tazo and Tavana, snacks, wholesale beans, merchandise, and coffee equipment all contribute. Key takeaway 4. Diversify and expand. While your core product is key, always think about potential upgrades and expansions. Diversify your offerings, acquire new revenue channels, but always stay true to your core company values. With a distinctive brand identity, Starbucks shops are instantly recognizable globally. While each franchise might subtly differ, a posh downtown store will feel different from a campus one. They all adhere to core Starbucks qualities, their minimal acceptance criteria. These include indie music, comfortable communal tables for remote work, reliable wireless connection, and abundant charging outlets. We often take these for granted, but how many times have you sought out a Starbucks in a new city just for the Wi-Fi and restroom? Starbucks serves as a transactional facility, offering services far beyond just coffee. The main idea? Coffee isn't the only product being sold. Starbucks is a social experiment, creating a meeting place. It's an oasis for friends, a first date spot, a productive workspace. Starbucks is less in the coffee business and more in the people's business. It's not just Starbucks coffee, it's the Starbucks experience. Calling your name and writing it on the cup isn't just for efficiency, it's personalized service. We love hearing and seeing our names. Smells and sounds. You might not consciously notice the music, but it plays a crucial role. Starbucks playlists are carefully curated to foster that neighborhood coffee shop ambience. This has been a part of the experience for over 40 years. The songs are handpicked months in advance, featuring indie, feel-good pop, alt country, and even seasonal or classical themes. In 1999, Starbucks even acquired a music store and later launched its own record label. In the early 2000s, they sold CDs in stores until the format declined. In 2016, they partnered with Spotify, integrating music into their mobile app, allowing customers to identify and save in-store tracks. Their in-house music curators, Holly Hinton and David Legri, literally have the best job in the world searching for tracks that fit the "What's That" song moment, music that's cool and would sound beautiful in the coffee shop, like a friend's recommendation on a Sunday morning. And to localize the experience, each region's playlist is subtly customized, maintaining that consistent Starbucks vibe. Every piece of furniture and interior design is meticulously planned to create a homey coffee place. Interviews with hundreds of coffee drinkers revealed a consistent desire, not just coffee, but a place of relaxation, a sense of belonging. This is what Howard Schultz brought back from Milan, creating a community space, a second home. Round tables, for example, were strategically chosen to protect the self-esteem of solo coffee drinkers. There are no empty seats at a round table. Materials like warm woods and stone, cozy armchairs, and a commitment to environmental sustainability through their Shared Planet initiative, using reused and recycled materials wherever possible, contribute to this inviting atmosphere. Most new stores aim for LEED certification. Starbucks isn't limited to one look. They have distinct design concepts. Heritage coffeehouses, reflecting local history, like the merchant trading routes in Pike Place or the rich music history of New Orleans, with vintage trombone light fixtures. Artisan stores, echoing industrial past, with exposed steel beams, masonry walls, and hand-polished woodwork. Regional modern, localized, spacious, and bright designs with culturally relevant fabrics. Experimental designs, pushing boundaries with unique concepts like drive-thrus, mobile coffee spaces on trains, or stunning Shinto shrine-inspired shops in Japan. And to compete with the upscale coffee market they ironically helped create, Starbucks introduced Starbucks Reserve stores. These are luxurious, magnificent spaces where they roast premium, rare beans, and experiment with different brewing techniques. CNN Money described them as open marketplace style, with bakeries, liquor bars, and multiple lounge areas. It's a blend of coffee craft, artisan baking, and a vibrant marketplace. Finally, location, location, location. Starbucks seems to be everywhere in high-traffic areas, adopting a convenience store concept similar to Walgreens. They have analytical experts worldwide assessing factors for appropriate new shop locations. Key takeaway 5. Spoil your customers. Go beyond the product. Identify what else you can do to make your business a part of their daily or weekly routine. Excellent customer support is mandatory, but think deeper about ambience, including smells and sounds. As Bill Makaitis, former CMO of Slack, put it, the brand is the sum of all customer touchpoints your customers have with you at any point. In food and beverage, this is even more critical. By creating a coffee drinking culture, Starbucks built immense intimacy with its customers. The personal nature of coffee and frequent visits forged these bonds much faster than in other fast food joints, especially when competition was scarce. The bright white cups with the green siren are instantly recognizable. But Starbucks rarely offers typical discounts or buy one get one free deals. Why? Because that dilutes the premium feel of the brand. You might get a free birthday coffee, but that's about fostering a positive personal connection, not a discount culture. The most valuable assets of a regular Starbucks coffee shop are free, reliable Wi-Fi, a modern necessity. When you need to connect, Starbucks is often the first thought. Comfortable seats and community tables. Whether for a break, work, or a study group, they cater to diverse needs, often with charging outlets. Friendly baristas, customer service is paramount. Through the latte method, listen, apologize, thank, take action, ensure. And rigorous training, every interaction is designed to be positive, from calling your name to patiently crafting complex orders. Brand colors and materials. Nature-influenced interiors with dark colors and wood finishes create a homely, relaxing atmosphere. Music and smells. The inviting aroma of coffee and snacks is a given. The curated music, however, subtly sets an ambiance perfect for conversation, work, or even a date. Starbucks didn't just sell coffee. They sold an experience, a community, a third place in our lives. From a humble bean shop in Seattle to a global phenomenon, their journey is a testament to vision, determination, employee empowerment, meticulous market understanding, and an unwavering commitment to the customer experience. Their legacy isn't just about coffee, but about how a company can redefine an industry and create a culture that resonates worldwide. What's your favorite Starbucks memory or drink? Let us know in the comments below.